God, actually.
The students and the food involved there and service.
Very good. I'm very happy. So you'll all inspire me also to do that. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Kirtan adds life to the process. Okay.
We have time today little bit.
We can do Kirtan today. Yeah.
Mataji 46.
Yes.
What is that?
There is a Kirtan number 46 in the website.
Oh,
Bhajan.
okay. What is that bhajan?
It's a bridge bhasha bhajan. It's like I want to just chant Radharani's name in bridge. That's my only desire.
Okay.
Main to ratu Shri Radha Radha Naam.
Okay.
So the last time Prabhu was here, he liked the bhajan. So I sang that one and he liked it so much. He's been requesting that song.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So why it is the topmost yoga? Why it is the topmost yoga? So looks like it is not the topmost yoga. If it is the topmost yoga, we should have something to say.
Prabhu, that class happened in the last year.
Oh, yes. He's reminding the symptom of Kali Yuga. Manda Sumanda. In Bhagavatam, there is a shloka. Manda Sumanda Matayo. The attention span in this Kali Yuga is very, very little. Yeah, how can we remember something that was spoken last year? So true. So true. So Bhakti Yoga is the topmost yoga because Bhakti is the only thing that gives true happiness. Bhakti is the only thing that gives true happiness, the bliss. Other types of yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Okay, let's say somebody practices Jnana Yoga and achieves perfection. So what is their destination? Where do they go? Jnana Yoga people, where do they go? After achieving perfection, what is their destination? Where do they go?
Stay here.
No,
No.
not Vaikuntha.
Krishna.
No, they won't go to Krishna. So remember recollect the three types of God realization. Mhm. Swarga is also in the heavenly, in the material world. Swarga is also in the material world.
Again they come back.
No. If they go to Swarga, that means they're still in the material world, right? Swarga is in the material world.
Yeah, they end up only in the material world. Karma, Jnana Yoga.
No.
Jnana Yoga goes to Brahmaloka.
Yes. Not Brahmaloka, Brahman.
Brahman.
Yeah, Brahman. Brahmaloka is also in the material world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where Brahma resides. Yeah. So the destination again, is right? they can fall again.
Yeah.
So the Brahman realization. So what do they have in Brahman realization? Brahman realization means they go and merge into that Brahman aspect of God. Brahman aspect is just imagine some kind of light. Okay. So what do they do? What do they get or what do they have in Brahman realization?
Somebody said, like, if you go to that local, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brahma will be your guru, and then you will never fall down afterwards. But because he is the guru, right, and he guide you to go to higher spiritual thing again.
No.
No.
Brahma is not there. Brahma is in the material world.
Yeah, he is a material, but he acts as a guru.
But Brahman is in the spiritual world.
Okay.
Yeah, Brahman is spiritual world, but it is not the highest spiritual planet.
Yeah.
So let's look at the three qualities of the soul, right? Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat is eternal. Chit, full of knowledge. Ananda is bliss. So in Brahman realization, let's see what do the souls have? Do they have Sat? Are they eternal? After reaching Brahman realization, are they eternal?
Spiritual.
Huh?
Then we have spiritual body.
Yeah, and that is eternal.
In Brahman realization, yeah, I'm not sure if they have spiritual body or not.
But they will be in the form of the spirit, at least the consciousness.
Yeah,
of it.
they'll,
In the form of soul, right?
yeah. So I'm not sure if they have, yeah, they have a form or not. Okay, we can come back to that. But yeah, so the eternality may be there, may not be there. Because some souls, they may fall. And we'll understand why they will fall. Okay, Chit, knowledge. Are they full of knowledge that they are not the body, they are the soul?
Yes.
Yes, they have the knowledge. They are full of knowledge. They have the realized knowledge. Okay. And bliss, do they have bliss? Do they have the true, do they experience the true happiness? No, they don't experience true happiness. Why they don't experience true happiness? Because there is no activity. There's no activity. There is no personal reciprocation. You feel true happiness when there is a exchange of loving relation, right? When there's an exchange of loving relation between people, then you feel true happiness. Okay, we discussed that topic, right? Basu is always giving to Sudhakar, whereas someone else was always asking from Sudhakar. If there is no loving exchange of relation, then you don't feel the happiness. So for any successful relation, there has to be mutual exchange of loving relationship. Mutual exchange of love. So in Brahman realization, there is no Sat and there is no Ananda. There is Chit. Because there is no Ananda, some jivas, they will fall from Brahman. Some jivas, they may stay there for longer time, or they may stay there for eternality. But eventually they will, some jivas, eventually they will fall because there is no Ananda. And they come to material world and do some philanthropic activities like charity and all, like what Bill Gates is doing, right? So he must have come from Brahman. Okay. That is about Brahman. And then Paramatma. Paramatma realization, let's see. So who gets Paramatma realization? People who are practicing?
Bhakti yoga.
No.
Meditation, that pyramid.
Yeah, Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, Ashtanga Yoga. They meditate in the final stage when they are achieving the perfection. They meditate on the super soul within, and then they get Paramatma realization. So in Paramatma realization, let's see what do they experience. Is there Sat? Is that eternal? Is Paramatma realization eternal?
Yes.
Paramatma realization is eternal. Yeah. And Chit, they are full of knowledge. They have knowledge that they are not the body, they are the soul. And then Ananda. Is there Ananda in Paramatma realization?
So the question. So when you're talking about Sat or eternity,
Yeah.
so what I mean, I understand when you said in Brahman realization there is no eternity because there is a chance of falling down.
Yeah.
But then if I mean that concept is understandable, that because there is a chance of falling down and that's why it's not eternal to be in that Brahman state.
Yeah.
But what I thought was the way we are in there. So we will be, let's say whoever has a Brahman realization.
Mhm.
So since they are in the soul form or the spirit form, that form is, I thought, eternity, and that's why I thought that it's eternal in Brahman. And when the person who's having a Paramatma realization is usually in our human body,
Mhm.
we realize the Paramatma, people who perform Ashtanga yoga and all.
Yeah.
So because that form is like a body form,
Yeah.
and that's not eternal, and that's why I felt that the attribute Sat is not there when we do Paramatma realization. I don't know if I'm wrong.
No, Paramatma realization, when they reach the destination, it is eternal.
So, but then when we are talking about eternal,
Yeah.
are we talking about of that realization that's eternal or not?
Destination.
The destination. Not the destination, but our position. So after you go there,
Yeah.
will you remain in that Brahman realization forever, or will you fall down?
And people who have the Paramatma realization, they will stay in the Paramatma realization forever.
They will stay in the Paramatma realization. Yeah.
No,
Because they end up.
They may go up higher, but they may not fall down. They will not fall down.
So people who are doing Paramatma realization, they will enter Vaikuntha.
So I'm not sure what's their destination.
Or even if whatever is the destination,
Yeah.
if there is, see, a person who is not experiencing all three,
Yeah.
and we understand that Bhagwan realization is important to understand all three.
Yeah.
So a person who is doing having Paramatma realization or Brahman realization,
Mhm.
they have to ultimately come back and get into the Bhagwan realization.
Not necessarily.
So Paramatma realization is still eternal.
Is eternal, and there is not as much ananda as in Bhagavan realization, because the kind of worship in Paramatma realization is on reverence. So it's like Vishnu worship. So probably Vaikuntha is one of the destinations, or there could be other destinations, because the form of Paramatma in general, it is the four-handed Narayana form. Okay, holding Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. There could be other forms depending on what we are meditating upon. There could be the Paramatma can take other forms also. For example, even while practicing Bhakti Yoga, if somebody, let's say somebody is meditating upon Balakrishna, okay, then the Paramatma can take that form. So depending on what you are meditating, Paramatma can take.
Then what remains the difference between Paramatma realization and Bhagwan realization? Because it's ultimately, if you are desiring to worship the Lord in the form of, let's say, Balagopal,
Yeah.
and you can see him in that form in there.
Yeah, no, your desire is to worship in the form of Balagopal, but while doing that process, while you are in the process of achieving perfection in Bhakti Yoga, you're meditating. Meditating means it's not like the Ashtanga Yoga meditation. It's the let's say somebody is chanting, okay, they can take different forms in their mind, right? So let's say somebody is very attracted to Laddu Gopal, okay, so now Paramatma can take that form, and the Bhakti yogi who is practicing, he knows that that is not the ultimate goal. His goal is to get the bhava and prema for Laddu Gopal.
So that's missing in Paramatma realization. No bhava, no
Yes. Yeah, in Paramatma realization, it is on reverence. Like when you see a great personality, okay? When you, for example, when you go and meet president, you cannot crack jokes with him, right? You cannot play with him. You cannot crack jokes with him. Or you cannot be a lover, with president, right? So you have to be very respectful, on reverence.
God is our children. We are children of God, right?
Mhm.
We can play with him, right?
But God has different forms, right? God has different forms,
Yeah.
and he is in different rasas. He exchanges loving relations with his devotees in different rasas based on what devotee is inclined to.
Mhm.
So now Paramatma realization, they reach to Vaikuntha, maybe Vaikuntha, and other spiritual planets. Okay. So there, the kind of worship is on reverence, respectful worship, like what most of the Hindus do, right? When they go to any temple, it's mostly in Shantarasa and then on reverence.
So that could we say that the Shantarasa and the Dasarasa is in Paramatma realization, and the other three is in the
Not Dasya.
Dasya also, like awe and reverence only, right? Respect only respect.
No,
There
no.
is like difference. Maybe awe and reverence is more like a king and the Praja, the Raja Praja type of, where servant is like a personal servant.
Yeah.
I'm just
So Dasya Rasa is like is more intense than the on reverence. So on reverence also, like as Prabhu said, there's a king and servant. uh, uh,
Like
It's
not
not-
even servant, praja, like
And
all
countrymen,
the
countrymen.
countrymen.
yeah,
King and they don't share any personal relation, may not share as.
yeah. So that bhava, the difference is in the bhava. Okay, the analogy can be same. It's like master and servant in both dasya and shantarasa. It's like the same analogy is same, master and servant, but the bhava is different. The bhava is intense in dasya rasa.
Shankarasa would also be in Bhagwan realization also. Let's say, for example, flute.
Mhm.
So flute is like personally associated with the Lord himself, right?
Yeah,
That would also be in Bhagwan realization, only not in Pandita.
yeah, in Bhagavan realization, but can the flute
Exchange. But
exchange?
he feels pleasure in being with the Lord, or the consciousness of the flute will feel pleasure in.
But that is not compared to like other rasas, like Madhurya rasa or Vatsalya rasa, Dasya rasa. It's not as intense as the other rasas. The bhava and prema in Shanta rasa is not as intense as that is in other rasas. Yeah. Like Dasya rasa, the person is, is so so excited to do anything for the master. Like in Shantarasa, whenever the Lord appears, then they pay obeisances and respect. Yeah. Whereas in Dasya Rasa, even when the master is not present, he's always thinking about the master, and then how can I serve my master? How can I make him happy? Yeah.
Srinivas, like you said, like Brahma Loka and Paramatma, right?
Mhm.
If I know I'm eternal, right?
Yeah.
If I establish that I'm eternal, that's the end of the story, right? Because that is the highest goal we need to reach, right? If I remember, that's why I'm suffering. Like people are suffering because they don't know they look as a body and mind, right?
Yeah.
If
So that is
if
one
I know
aspect.
I'm eternal, then there is no suffering for me.
That is one aspect of self-realization.
Okay.
Self-realization means realizing our own identity, our true identity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
We are the spirit soul and not the body.
Correct.
But that spirit soul has three qualities: Sat, Chit, Ananda.
Mhm.
So what you are saying is the Chit part,
Okay.
the second part, knowledge. Having knowledge that I am not this body, I am the spirit soul. But other two qualities are also important.
I think I get automatically because
No, you don't. Depending on what you practice, depending on what's your goal and destination, you get only what is available there.
There is no buy one get one free.
Yeah.
So
So
those are like
just like there's no water in desert, there's no water in desert. So there's no bliss in Brahman realization.
I thought like once you eternal means that's a God quality, right? Like then you
It's
are
like
almost
the way you can say it is, there is no misery, there is peace, but there is no joy also. Like if your graph comes from negative to zero, but there is no positive there.
okay.
Yeah. So we talked about this analogy also, right? In the beginning,
Mhm.
I think topic 1, search for happiness. So everyone is looking for happiness. Okay. So let's say you are given a, jackpot offer. Okay. You got a deal, new year, new deal that, okay, so let's do a lottery. And then Sudhakar is given an opportunity to go to an island, spend in that island all by himself.
Mhm.
He's provided with all comforts, all luxuries, all comforts, that he cannot even ask for anything more than that. But only condition is you have to be there alone. Yeah. Your family is not coming, your friends are not coming, your parents are not coming, nobody is coming. You have to spend there all by yourself. How long can you stay there?
If I have the power to create a will, I can create anything there, right?
No, you don't have the power to, because we are not the creator, right?
No, okay.
Even after achieving your self-realization, you don't get the power of creation. Yeah.
But Prabhu, do you like in the Brahman, like when you reach there, do you remember your life, like the past life, what happened? Like I heard like after death you forget.
Yeah,
When
you don't
reach
remember.
the-
Yeah, you don't remember.
Yeah, so
Uh,
like if he goes to an island and he doesn't remember he has a family or something,
mhm.
he'll stay there.
Yeah.
He will not think about like.
No, he does
sometimes-
not remember any miseries. Okay, he has all the luxuries.
But
He does not remember any financial problems or no miseries. He does not remember anything. And there are no, let's say there are no diseases in that island and no death also. Okay. But how long can you stay there? What will you do?
One day.
You'll take a phone and call Jyoti, where are you? Second day only you'll call.
No, I've been meditating.
How many?
Like how many thousand years, how the yogis are doing, right? Like they have so much bliss, I'm thinking, because how can those person live 1,000 years? Just meditating like this, without nobody contact, right? I think they have bliss.
Because they have a goal.
Mhm.
After 1,000 years, that they get God realization.
Yeah,
That is their goal.
yeah.
But they do not know that what they are going to get is not the complete God realization. The complete God realization is only Bhagavan realization, which is possible only by practicing Bhakti Yoga. So in Bhakti Yoga, we have all three: Sat, Chit, Ananda. We are eternal. Once we go to the spiritual planet, the highest planet, Krishna Loka or Goloka Vrindavan or Vaikunta, Ayodhya,
Oh, Krishna
all
got
these.
also a different world is there.
I mean, Goloka Vrindavana, they call it with two names, Krishna Loka and Goloka Vrindavana. Yeah. So once we go there, we will not fall down. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in two places, chapter 8, chapter 15, Yad gatva nanivartante tadhama paramam mama. Whoever reaches my abode, they will never return to this material world. Yad gatva nanivartante. Once you go there, there's no return here. So you are eternal. And then Chit. Knowledge is there. Knowledge is there in all three, aspects. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Knowledge is there in all three aspects. But the bliss part, the third one, bliss part, Ananda, is only there in Bhakti Yoga.
So do we get to see God in Brahman, Paramatma?
In Brahman, the concept is impersonal. God is impersonal. God is Nirakar. There is no form.
But you
Nirakar,
get a sense
Nirguna.
that he is existing
Hmm?
somewhere. You get to know that he is existing somewhere, like in that.
No, you can't see him, right? Because your concept is Nirakar. Your concept of God is Nirakar. God has no form. Yeah, it's some kind of light.
Oh.
Yeah. So you'll get bored. You'll get bored after some
You're
time.
talking about the bliss, right? That is the same, right?
Yeah.
So
So
you
if you
can't
reach-
see God in.
No, there's no activity. Activity means there's no talking, no eating, no playing, nothing.
Only sitting and sleeping.
Yeah.
And we reach that too.
I mean, it's a different stage. I mean, we cannot explain that. Maybe if we refer to, I don't know which Shastra would explain about Brahman aspect in more detail. But yeah, if we refer to Shastras, then we can get some glimpses of what that is. It's not just sitting and sleeping. It's a different, different stage than what we, talked about island, right? It's much more different than that.
I think the popular examples that of the coming train or the sun disk, for the three realizations, I think that's
Yeah.
very clear up how the three realizations are.
Yeah, we discussed that, right? If a child wants to see the train for the first time, right? The child asks dad, Dad, can you show me the train? And the dad takes the child to the railway station. And then first we hear the sound. And then the dad can say that, okay, beta, this is train. Because dad has seen many trains. He's impatient. He does not want to wait for the train to come to the platform and then show. So as soon as he hear the sound, then tells to the child, "Beta, this is the train. Let's go home now. It's time to eat lunch." Now the child, he thinks that is the train. The sound is the train. Okay, but it's incomplete realization. It's an incomplete understanding of the train. Okay, and then next level is waiting a little bit longer and seeing the light from the train. Okay, you can see the train, the light coming from the train, right? The dad can show the light to the child and say that, okay, beta, this is train. Now let's go home. Even that is incomplete. But when the dad waits a little bit longer until the train comes to the platform and shows to the child, beta, this is the train, and the child has full complete experience. You can see the train, all the different compartments, the people in that, the activity, everything. So which one is more enjoyable? Or which one is more satisfying to you? Saying that this is the train. Even the child, even the small child, even if you tell to your Arjun, he will not be convinced. Sound, is that the train? No, there has to be something else. He will not be convinced. But if you tell him to the same thing the 10 times, 100 times, probably he will be convinced. Okay, maybe this is the train. That's what happens in Brahman realization. If everyone is following, impersonal Mayavad philosophy, then you think, okay, maybe that this is what is the final destination and this is what makes sense. It did not make sense in the beginning, but since everyone is following the same, probably this is what it is. And it will make sense to you slowly. But it is incomplete realization. So only Bhakti Yoga, since it has all the three experiences, Sat, Chit, Ananda in full. That's why it is the highest, topmost yoga. Okay. Okay, now let me share these slides. Okay. Yeah. So in the last session, so this is practical applications of Gita, the last session. In the last class, so Prabhuji, so you both took the class? I'll just wait. Yeah. So Prabhuji and Mataji, so they discussed about the significance of Bhagavad Gita and why Bhagavad Gita was spoken on the battlefield, why not somewhere else, and how do we know that the Bhagavad Gita that we are reading, is the genuine version of Bhagavad Gita. And they also talked about the Guru Parampara, right? Approaching a bona fide Guru to acquire this knowledge, and and verifying how that bona fide Guru is coming from Guru Parampara. And there are four paramparas, four sampradayas. What are the four sampradayas? Does anyone remember? Yeah. Rudra Sampradaya. Yeah. Kumara, Rudra.
Vishnu,
Sri Sampradaya. Yeah. Yeah. No notes? Yeah. So yeah, if you don't write notes, then as Basu said, oh, it was spoken last year. Yeah. So let me go to that slide.
I think it was
It's
previous.
gone.
Yes,
This
yes,
one.
yes.
No, yeah.
No, this
Some-
was
No, no.
So,
was one.
That was this one.
Sampradaya.
This one. This one.
But this is
No, it only
not-
explains what is Sampradaya. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Kumara, Rudra, Brahma, Sri Sampradaya. And there are, you can see on the slide, the four different acharyas, the prominent acharyas from these Sampradayas. Kumar Sampradaya, Nimbarkacharya, Rudra Sampradaya, Vishnu Swami, Brahma Sampradaya, Madhvacharya, Sri Sampradaya, Ramanujacharya. So ISKCON comes into this Brahma Sampradaya. It's a Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya.
so Prabhu, everyone has some sampradaya, like every Hindu follows.
It must.
These are not Hindu Sampradayas, these are Sanatana Dharma Sampradayas.
Like we all follow, like we all fall into those four sampradayas or
One of them, right? One of them. So most of our parents, they worship Shiva, right? So
Rudra Sampradaya.
I mean, they may not be following the Sampradaya,
Completely.
okay? They may not even know that there is a Sampradaya called Rudra Sampradaya, okay? But essentially, what they are worshipping is same as the philosophy of Rudra Sampradaya. Sri Sampradaya, somebody may be an ardent devotee of Vishnu, but they may not be in the parampara. They may not be officially in the parampara of Sri Sampradaya.
So like if they worship incarnations of Vishnu, they also come under Sri Sampradaya.
That's what I'm saying. They may not be in the parampara. Okay. For example, I have a cousin brother who is a worshipper of Vishnu, but he does not follow, or he does not have any guru. He has not accepted any guru from Sri Sampradaya. Okay.
So all this Rudra Sampradaya, but still it is talking about
Vaishnava.
Vaishnava.
Yeah. Rudra Sampradaya also Vishnu
It
actually.
does not
Vishnu
mean that-
worship. Yeah, it's Vishnu worship. Correct. Yeah. Rudra Sampradaya also Vishnu worship. Yeah.
So in general, like people do not follow any sampradaya. Most people don't follow.
Worship
Yeah.
Shiva and Vishnu. Both.
Yeah. So they don't.
Yeah, but they are not following any authorized or bona fide instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there is no education in Hindu temples. There's no education in Hindu temples.
I think whatever little anything at all, if there is left in, amongst any of us or in, Indians, I think that's only coming as ritual from our parents and grandparents.
Yeah.
There is no teachings anywhere in schools or gurukuls or temples or anywhere,
Yeah.
other than of course in ISKCON and, the other Gaudiya Vaishnavas. They, of course, they sit and teach such
Yeah.
philosophy. But otherwise, like a mandatory learning, I don't think there is a proper channel of learning anywhere at all.
Yeah. Not even mandatory training. Actually, when you go to temples, you don't see anyone speaking Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, Mahabharat, Ramayana. You don't see that happening in the
It is
temples.
all actually come down to just rituals.
Rituals.
Go to the temple, bow down, take tika lagao, prasad
Yeah.
khao.
Rituals
Ganti
is
bajao.
celebration. We celebrate, but like
Yeah,
it
those are rituals.
is, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like any fast coming or anything happening, any celebration. It's a more of a ritual.
Yeah.
Less of understanding.
Yeah, they are not teaching. Why
Yeah.
we have to do that one?
There is no kirtan happening.
Yeah.
Basu, very attracted to kirtans, right? No kirtan, no lectures, nothing. If you go to any big Hindu temples in US, right? There is Livermore in California. There is a big Shiva Vishnu temple. And recently when we went to Virginia, right? Richmond, there's a nice Hindu center there. Bothell,
Temple.
okay, Kalpana can say. She
Yeah.
goes to Bothell temple regularly.
Regularly.
Any lecture happens there? No. Any kirtan happens?
Hmm.
No. They can sing
Only
nice
Saturday
Annamacharya
evening,
kirtan.
Vishnu Sahasranamam.
Yeah.
That's it.
No,
And Friday,
Friday
Friday,
also Vedas,
Lalita
Lakshmi,
Sahasranamam. Lalita Sahasranamam Friday and Saturday Vishnu Sahasranam. That's
Yeah.
all.
That's for 10-15 minutes. That's all.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Again,
still,
that-
I mean, the thing is that if you don't educate, you can chant these, all these Shastranamams and all, but you will not know the significance until there is an education, proper systematic.
Yeah.
Actually, although already we have declined so much, and now if we don't know the significance and just doing it, whatever we are doing as ritual, it is going to decline further.
Yeah.
The rituals will also go away.
Yeah.
Kids will start asking that if there is
Why
no
we
meaning
have-
to all this and we are unable to explain,
Yeah.
then they won't do it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a problem with all the Hindu temples. So that's why Prabhupada said, temple means it's a university. Temple means it's a university. It's a Vedic university, educational institution. So temples must teach spiritual knowledge. Otherwise, it's not a temple. Okay, so when we approach a bona fide guru, then we get the spiritual knowledge. There is a shloka in Bhagavad Gita, Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So Krishna says, okay, let me remove this. So Krishna explains the process of approaching a bona fide guru and acquiring this knowledge. So what is the process? When you approach a bona fide guru, you have to inquire in a submissive mode. You have to render some service and inquire in a submissive mode, not like like a challenging mode or argumentative mentality. So you have to have some little faith in the Shastra and then approach the bona fide guru, render some service. Render some service means take some fruits, offer some fruits to him or milk or something, and then inquire submissively. How can I know about God? How can I know about my true nature? How can I revive my relationship with God? So things like that you can ask in a submissive mode. That's what Arjuna did in the beginning of Mahabharata war, right? When Arjuna was confused and he decided not to fight, he did not know what to do, whether to fight or not. Then he surrendered to Arjuna. He surrendered to Krishna. He said, "Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava prichami tam dharma sammuda cheta yecheyasan nishchitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam." So Arjuna said, Dharma sammuda cheta. I'm bewildered with Dharma sankata, whether to fight or not. And I'm surrendering to you and requesting you to instruct me what is best for me, whether to fight or not. So when a disciple approaches a guru like that, then the guru can impart all the knowledge. Okay. So this slide, these two slides, they show the disciplic succession that we have starting from Krishna himself to our founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada. So if you look at your Bhagavad Gita book also, there is a page in the very beginning. I think in the introduction pages, there is a list of all the gurus coming in the disciplic succession. So you will see list of all these gurus that are showing here. There is a pictorial representation of those gurus.
It's
Okay.
like since the Krishna's time till now,
Yes.
all the
Can you hear?
generation, all the succession.
Yeah. Actually, let me show you that list here. Go to introduction.
That means like thousands of years, right?
Millions of years.
Yeah.
Millions of years.
So
So,
many, so many big,
So many people, yeah, will be there in
yeah.
since Krishna's time.
So this is a long list here. Krishna, Brahma, Narada, Vyasa, Madhva, Padmanabha, Nuhari, Madhava, Akshobhya, Jayatirtha, Jnana Sindhu, Dayanidhi, Vidyanidhi, Rajendra, Jayadharma, Purushottama, Brahmanya Tirtha, Vyasa Tirtha, Lakshmipati, Madhavendra Puri, Ishwara Puri, Lord Chaitanya, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Krishnadasa Kaviraja. Is there Krishnadas Kaviraja?
Yes, it must be yes.
Okay.
But, yeah, maybe because
Yeah, okay. Anyways, Narottama Dasa.
these are actually, yeah, these are prominent acharyas. May not be in the right like sequence that this was the guru of this. Okay, it's like that.
Vishwanath Chakravarti
They're not
Thakur.
live, right?
No.
Long
They are,
so many-
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, at least
even
you will-
At the
Prabhupada.
bottom there will be some.
No, even last one is founder Acharya of ISKCON is Prabhupada.
He's also, yeah.
So he also departed this world, right? Yeah. So Jagannath Das Babaji, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and finally Swami Prabhupada. So the way Prabhupada established this movement, ISKCON movement, is he did not want to have one single successor, because he experienced the problem of having one single successor is, if that person is genuine and after a long time, if he remains genuine, it's good. But there is always a chance of that person falling down, right? Because of Maya, that person can fall down. Even after a long time, he can fall down. And there were some cases, that happened. So that's why Prabhupada never wanted one single successor. That's why he established 108 temples when he was alive. When he was in this material world, he established 108 temples in 10 years across the world, in different parts of the world. And then ISKCON temples. And then Seattle was one of them. Yeah, Samamish was one of them. Yeah, I think it was second. I believe so. Yeah.
Was it second? I don't know.
Either the temple or the deities. Huh?
No.
First
one was in New York.
right?
You said
First one
across
is
the-
California.
New York, California, London.
Yeah. Either the deities, the Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities in our temple, they were installed by Prabhupada. Yeah. So it was one of the early,
Yeah, one of the early.
one of the early temples. Seattle is one of the early temples.
But it was not at this place, Samamish.
Yeah.
The deities are same.
Different place. Yeah.
Oh, then they transferred here. Oh.
Yeah. Different place means within Seattle,
Mhm.
not in Samamish, somewhere in Seattle. Somewhere in Seattle, not Seattle.
So
And then
in all million years, just 32. No. That's why I'm saying
These are the
these
prominent.
primary. These are like very known ones. You will find them. Their references in some books. They have did commentaries and also they are like more prominent.
yeah, these are the prominent acharyas.
And the last couple of them, you will probably find history documented. But prior to them, there might not be any,
And what's the first one on this list, Prabhu?
Krishna.
No, the second one?
Krishna,
Brahma,
Brahma.
Vyasa.
Narada, Brahma.
Brahma, Narada, Vyasa.
Basically, very beginning. We're not
Very
talking about the Dwapar.
No,
the
no.
Arjuna.
After Vyasa, we can
complete.
say that, at least there is some tangible list.
The complete parampara.
So, like Vyasadeva has had many disciples, but Madhvacharya, like he was in South India, he went to the Himalayas to take
So
instruction from.
Madhavacharya, up to Madhavacharya, we can actually find some history. Between Vyasadeva and Madhavacharya, there is a long chain maybe.
There may be a long chain, but they were directly also instructed. Like Vyasadeva Guru was Narada, Muni, right?
Yeah.
But Madhvacharya and all, they are not colleagues.
They are all colleagues. Yeah.
Krishna is
Yeah, you can say after till Vyasadeva was like in Dwapar, after Madhvacharya everybody is in Kali Yuga only. So
Yeah. So Bhagavatam covers documentation all the way up to Krishna, as Guru. So the complete parampara is described in Bhagavatam.
So these many gurus are there, still we not educated.
Maybe the Kali Yuga this thing, right? I don't remember what I studied last year.
Now, even now, in ISKCON, there are so many gurus, right?
Yeah.
So many gurus. Radhanath Swami Maharaj, Bhaktivika Swami Maharaj.
Some people
Akaji, it took 30 years to come to ISKCON or have some learning. Still consider lucky.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying people didn't. Some
Yeah.
people like they were.
So Prabhupada's prediction was his books will carry forward this movement for next 10,000 years. Maybe longer than that, but at least that's the minimum. His books alone, he says books are the basis. Prabhupada's books alone, even if there are no gurus and, his books alone are sufficient to take this movement forward for next 10,000 years. Okay. That's the power of Srila Prabhupada's books. Okay, now let's go back to our
All these
slides.
32 are from India, right? Well, not like Krishna or nothing like that, but the remaining, they are from born in India, right? Most.
Yeah. Krishna himself, stepped in the land of India, right? But now you cannot look at, you cannot perceive this with Krishna Avatara that appeared in 5,000 years ago, right? So you cannot perceive it like that. Krishna is the beginning, Adi Guru in this parampara means that eternal Krishna from Golok Vrindavana, who imparted this knowledge to Brahma. So when Brahma, how Brahma appeared? From the navel of Mahavishnu, a lotus stem appears, and then on the lotus flower, Brahma appears. And everything was dark. Okay, when Brahma appears, everything was dark. Brahma did not know what to do and where he was, and no clue. And he simply meditates. Okay, only two words. Tapa. Okay, Tapa. And Krishna imparts all the knowledge to Brahma. Who he is and what is his purpose. He has to act as a secondary creator. All of that stuff. And then Brahma imparts the knowledge to Narada and so on. Okay, now after understanding the parampara and after understanding the process of approaching a bona fide guru, now let's see how we can apply these teachings, whatever we have learned so far in the last 7 sessions, how we can apply into our life, practical life. How do I spiritualize my life? By applying the teachings into the day-to-day practice. So having knowledge of the theory part is jnana, but having a realized knowledge of the theory is vijnana. There is jnana and vijnana, knowledge and realized knowledge or wisdom. So when you apply the teachings of Bhagavad Gita into your practical life, day-to-day life, then you get vijnana, you get realizations. Until you apply the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, until you put them into practice, until you implement them into your practical life, it remains as theory. It will be like a dry knowledge. It will appear dry over a period of time. You may even forget. Okay. So you need to put them into practice and have realized knowledge, wisdom. And for that, we need to do some sadhana, practice. Okay. And this sadhana consists of the 4 elements A, B, C, D. It's very simple, right? Very simple to do. A, B, C, D. Even Arjun can do it. Arjun, can you say A, B, C, D? A? You don't know A, B, C, D? Okay, you will learn now, okay? So listen carefully. So A for?
A for different.
A for not apple.
Or apple that you can handle.
Yeah, A for apple, B for berry, blue blackberry. So forget about all those. Now welcome to new acronyms. A, B, C, D. A for association of devotees. B for books, reading scriptures. C for chanting the holy name, chanting the Maha Mantra. D, diet, Krishna Prasadam.
Yeah, like these 4 topics are courses in themselves.
Yeah, each one of them can be discussed, for months and years. So Mahi, are you still there online with us?
Yeah, yes, Srinivas.
Okay, good.
What they
Okay.
want to discuss, association of devotees means it's a simple, right? Like what they want to discuss further.
No, but there is much more depth. Like where you appreciate when you go deeper. As you go more and more deeper, you will realize that how important it is and how you cannot avoid it and what are the dangers if you don't do that and stuff like that. We can go in various details.
And
See,
also
all of
just-
these, yeah, go ahead.
Also, just saying that association of devotees have a different concept in different minds. So, what does association of devotees mean? So, one person might think Kirtan, the other would think, like, let's say me and Mataji, we are sitting and chatting, chit chatting, like she comes over to my house, chit chatting, but we are talking, oh, you remember what happened over there in the temple? Oh my God, that drama happened. That's also association.
Yeah.
So, the concept of association itself is varied. I mean, in different minds, it's different. So when you're talking about that as a lecture itself, you will know that anything and everything that's spiritual talk, a spiritual, assembly, it's
Yeah.
association.
So all these 4 things, they appear to be very simple to be ignored, right? They appear to be very simple to be ignored. And anything simple, it's a tendency that we don't value that so much. And if somebody tells Sudhakar that, oh, you have to do Kriya Yoga and you have to, you have to, you have to really, struggle so much and meditate and focus your mind. You have to do so many things. Then that makes sense. Then you think, oh, okay, now I need to really practice it.
See, in fact, I mean, from the first point, that association, there is one saying that if you want to know how a person you are, you just need to know his friends. Right?
Yeah.
Tell me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Yeah. So they appear to be very simple, to be very easily neglected, but they are very deep to understand. So that's
I
it.
think suppose if I have a good guru, right, then I can strike on person. If I have a good guru, then I have everything.
Strike of
Yes,
what?
he guide everything for me, right?
Yeah. So
But Guru knows, right, how much we are having capacity. Till that part only Gurus will give us knowledge, right?
Yeah, he will start from first grade. He won't start at 10th grade, right? He will slowly go first grade.
Last class, when we were talking, like Guru is there to give you knowledge.
But
But his duty is much larger than to be with you all the time.
Yeah,
So we should not be expecting the Guru to just, go and ask whatever little thing that you have in your life, just be with. I mean, he will answer all your questions, but we have to respect his time and his mission of propagating the name to many more. So when we're talking about association, even if you have a very wonderful guru who you can connect with any time and every time, still the association is a requirement.
So Guru gives you principles. And how do you put them into practice and how do you achieve perfection? That's up to you. And that you can do that only in the association of other devotees. Okay. You can still approach Guru and ask questions, but you cannot ask every silly question to him, right? For example, you are in Best Buy and you cannot pick up the phone and call the Guru and say that,
Which TV I should buy?
yeah, which TV should I buy? So,
he is engagement in seva in the different DYS cases.
yeah. Engagement in seva, experience. Yeah, that is also there. Okay. So did you attend any other device or?
Last month I attended before joining here. I attended DYS.
Oh, okay.
Someone
So online or
in June.
Online?
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. There is E also. Experience or engagement in seva. Yeah. But these are the four primary things. Association of devotees, books, chanting, diet. Now let's
Diet
discuss
is
these
very-
in detail.
There's a whole chapter.
Yeah,
Bhagavad Gita itself.
Yeah.
On diet.
diet itself is is a very big subject. Okay.
Control diet and everything else will automatically come in proper way, right?
That is, that is how you begin this process. Actually, that is how you get attracted to this process. Okay. On day one, if we ask you all to attend these classes, you may not do that, right? So you may do that, but unless we provide prasadam and then other incentives, there is no motivation. There's no motivation to continue this for a long time. Okay. So yeah, that is the first and foremost important thing. So now let's talk about these four aspects in detail. Association of devotees. Okay. Now let's go around the table and see what everyone understands by association of devotees. So Kalpana,
I think we are coming to here Fridays, we are singing songs.
Yeah.
I will enjoy because Mataji will sing songs very well, so much. I like this kind of association,
Yeah.
and I love to go to temple while they are doing any homam or anything special to God.
Yeah.
That time, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, association of God, devotees is like something we are performing towards God.
okay. So like-minded people, associating with like-minded people. Okay. If you want to become an expert in stock trading, what do? You join some WhatsApp group and you learn the strategies of trading, right? So associating with like-minded people, as Kalpana said, associating with people who are doing kirtan, associating with people who are doing service. Every week, she comes with Prabhuji and Mataji to the temple along with Sudhakar and Jyoti. They come to the temple all the way from Bothel to Samamish. Every Tuesday they come and do service in the kitchen. So that is also associating devotees, association of devotees. Next, Sudhakar.
See, the highest goal is to know God, right?
Mhm.
So that the second aspect is happiness, right?
Mhm.
So like if you associate with like Vedas scriptures and if people knows that knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So you get more happiness. Right? If you associate with bad people, right? Like you fall into more material nature, like that's all, which is temporary always, right?
Mhm.
So that's how we.
Yeah. Yeah. If you associate with the devotees, they talk about God and
Then you get more happiness.
yeah, it gives you satisfaction and happiness. Yeah, very good.
So
Okay.
whenever I sing Kirtana during the association, all the day I'll be in the same mode.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah.
Even
Towards God every day.
Yeah.
Going more towards.
at the end of the life also you remember that one and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, excellent. So these are all, association of devotees. You develop good memories, as Sudhakar said, right? You develop good memories, and at the time of death, it is most likely that you will remember one of these memories, like having a class like this, or eating prasadam, or kirtan, Friday kirtan, or you spending time in the temple, or you reading Bhagavad Gita, or you chanting, with other devotees. It is most likely that you will remember, one of these activities. If not, remembering a shloka from Bhagavad Gita, at least you will remember these activities at the time of death. Okay. So
There is another aspect to this, right?
Huh?
There is another aspect to association of devotees.
Yeah.
One is all that we discussed.
Yeah.
The other one is what am I doing to help associate more devotees? Right? What Mataji, Prabhuji, and you are doing is
Mhm.
I'm associating myself with other devotees because of what you are doing. You're running the class, you're running kirtan.
Mhm.
So at some point of time, I would like to be able to do that. I think there is that aspect to it. Like associating yourself is one thing. What can you do to help other devotees to associate themselves more together? Right?
No, when I'm sitting here,
Not more, right?
Okay.
Not more people.
yeah, preaching. What you're saying is preaching. Yeah. So preaching has two purposes, right? One is, for example, when I'm giving class, or when Prabhuji or Mataji, when they are giving class, it's for our purification, and also to distribute this knowledge to others. So two purposes. And when I'm sitting in the class and giving in the class, I'm also associating with you. It's not like you are associating with me. I'm also associating with you. We are all inspiring each other. Okay. That's the purpose of association. Sadhu Sangha. Okay. It's called Sadhu Sangha. Sangha is group. Sadhu is the saintly people. People who have the mindset of achieving self-realization. People who have the mindset of knowing God. People who have the mindset of establishing relation with God. People who have a mindset of developing love for God. After all, that is the perfection of religion, right? Any religion, perfection of religion is developing love for God. So the group of people who have the mindset of developing love for God is Sadhu Sangha. Okay. Association of devotees. So Kalyan, you can also speak. Anything, this is very simple, right?
Tell your opinion.
Yeah. Huh?
Tell your opinion.
Yeah.
Marathi is good, Mataji. Go ahead in Marathi.
Yeah. They understand. You understand, right?
We understand a bit. Then Prabhu's there, no? Prabhu will translate.
Yeah.
I want to hear you.
Yeah.
So my thinking is like there is already, let's say, this concept of has pretty good.
Yeah.
One group, right? When people join that devoting group,
Mhm.
and there is that existing group already has some sort of a knowledge, some sort of experience of God and having good experiences with the life.
Yeah.
So association of devotees means like there's one group which already has going in a right path or better path.
Perfect.
And association means like, okay, other people join.
Yeah.
They also improve their life.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent.
like sharing their own knowledge, like telling about, okay, there was some bad situation, how I come out of this.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own set of things. So
Yeah.
association of devotees means something that everybody in a group goes on a right path.
Yeah. Excellent. So you brought a very beautiful point. Actually, there are two analogies that I can think of with respect to what you said, right? Now what you said, it boils down to the point of faith. Okay. Now in India we have seen, right, the street dogs. They are there everywhere. Now let's say in the midnight, 1 o'clock in the midnight, one street dog sees something and barks. Then what happens?
Other dogs also.
All other dogs bark. Even if the dog in the next street or little far away, every dog barks.
Even the domesticated dogs.
Huh?
Even the domesticated dogs.
Yeah, the pet dogs also start.
Pet dogs also start, especially Indians who are having pet dogs, right?
That's what I don't
Yeah, yeah. You can speak from experience.
know. My dog is very calm.
Calm? Okay. So recently I went to one of my friends' home and I mean, generally I'm scared of even cats also. I'm scared of cats and dogs. So a couple of months ago, I went to one of my friends' home and they have a very small puppy actually. But as soon as, no, it's not a puppy. It's a very, at a very young age, probably second year or third year. But the height is,
So much.
big. So as soon as I went inside, just pounced on me. It just pounced on me, and my friend was telling, no, it will not do anything. That he knows, I don't know, right?
Same with me, Prabhu. I'm so scared of any animal for that matter, not cat, not dog, be it anything.
Yeah,
I'm very scared. So my daughter Sachi, she loves to play with pets.
yeah.
She keeps on going to Prabhu's house. She wants to go there, play with the dog and all. And she comes and tells me that you have to get a dog for me now. Every time. I said, okay, now only one can live here, either the dog or me.
Yeah, so true. So yeah, then what he said was true. It was not doing anything, but the way it was pouncing and barking, I was so scared. So then he grabbed the dog and then put them in the backyard.
They want to bite.
That dog just needs attention actually. So I was not petting or giving attention to the dog. He just needs some attention. That's all.
That's what we need attention for
For
ourselves.
ourselves.
No,
So
if it bites, it's more dangerous. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it bites also, like it's more dangerous because we don't know what it triggers also, right?
yeah. Yeah, dog's behavior is very unpredictable, right? So faith, other dogs, they have not seen anything. One dog, because that dog has seen something, it started barking. Other dogs, they were happily sleeping. Even though they have not seen anything, they immediately start barking because they have a faith. They have faith that first dog, whichever the dog barked first, right? Something must have happened. That's why the dog barked, and we have strong faith in that dog. That's why everyone all other dogs start barking. Okay, that's the power of association.
That quality is missing.
Huh?
In humans, that quality is missing. Faith and
So if you, my brother says to follow this. So we all believe, all our family following same.
no, some people only following.
We
but
can trust
faith,
only few
yeah,
people. We can trust only few people.
Understanding, right?
Yeah,
So
we can
that
trust
faith
only
is
few people.
missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why if you are in the right group, then you can trust everyone. Yeah, you can trust everyone in that group. At the same time, you cannot close your eyes and move forward. So that's the power of association, right? It increases our faith. It increases our faith. Now, the second analogy I can think of when you said that point, right? So there was a devotee, and then somebody asked him. There was a huge conference going on, and a huge, sangha going on, sangha of devotees, and then that Acharya, the prominent Acharya came and he was delivering the lecture. So then one visitor asked, in that group only, one visitor asked this devotee, have you seen God? Have you seen God? Then this devotee replies saying that, I have not seen God, but I have faith. But I have faith that my guru or someone in the parampara has seen God. Yeah, I think the right context of this example is Pandharpur. You all heard of Pandharpur story?
Yeah.
So in Pandharpur, I think there is an event, right? What is that called? Palki? where they
Take the
I think
procession.
they take procession, the entire procession happens and they take.
From Pune to Digri, like Delhi,
Yeah, Alandi,
Alandi. So they take
from all different saints, they.
no
not
not
saints,
uh,
Gyaneshwari and Sant Tukaram.
yeah, no, I'm not talking about that palaki procession, but the process where people they go on walking yatra.
Yeah, that is Palki.
That is palki only?
Yeah, it comes from Dehu to Pandharpur, I think.
Warkari.
Warkari, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
it went- it
Marathi,
goes
right?
through
You
Pune.
should know.
It
Yeah,
goes through Pune.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
What is that called?
Warkari.
So Warkari, those are people are Warkari.
People are
People are
They are
called
mainly,
Warkari.
mainly farmers only.
Yeah.
Isn't the name of the festival Palki? Because that's what we used to
Palki
do.
is, yes.
Palki,
Yeah.
right?
Palki is the festival. People are
called
Warkaris.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like they spend a couple of months to walk and then finally reach that place, right?
Yes.
So I think, while somebody was walking like that, somebody, I think that person, he has been doing this yatra for several years. Okay. And then somebody asked him, so you have been doing this for several years. Have you seen God? Then that person responded saying that someone ahead of me have seen God and I have faith in that person. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, okay, there is a shloka in chapter 4, I believe, where Krishna says,
God.
no, not Yajna Acharati Shrestha, not that one. Where Krishna says, like there were so many other saintly people who have seen this truth and they are imparting to others now. Okay. So all the acharyas that we have seen in the Guru Parampara, they all have seen the truth. They all have seen the truth. And now if we are associating with those devotees, our faith becomes stronger. Our faith becomes stronger and our sadhana becomes sincere. So that's the power of association. Faith increases. Monica, you have anything to say about association of devotees?
I feel association, I feel personally, it removes your stress. Whatever you have about the worldly things, my car just moved down, my house is on fire. Like, if you get associated with the right persons who only think about the God as center,
Mhm.
and realize the God, and everything happens for a reason, and you don't have to think more about it, but think what is in front of you, like what you have to do.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking about what happened to you,
Mhm.
if you think what is that you are here to do, and you think about God and spread the word of God. So if the association does that, then
Yeah.
that is really good.
That's
But
what they do.
lively,
Yeah. Excellent. That's another beautiful point. So let me ask you, why does that happen so? No, when you come in association of devotees and discuss God, why do you think it is like it's like a stress-free, stress buster for you?
because people.
What exactly is happening there?
So you said just before you said that I didn't see God, but somebody else saw the God, and I have faith.
Yeah.
In the same way, like I get to listen to these stories of other people who experience God,
Mhm.
and it just makes me realize that I'm not the only person who's searching for God, or who doesn't know about God and is interested in knowing the God, not God, but like some the higher
Spirituality.
yeah,
Spirituality, yeah.
higher purpose in life.
Yeah.
So thinking about it, obviously when you are thinking of something that is higher purpose, you forget everything.
Yeah,
else.
excellent. Higher taste. Okay. The second, another advantage of association of devotees is higher taste. Okay. So as she mentioned, so when we come in the association like this and discuss about God, so she forgets about other things. Okay. Like which car to buy, or my car is broke down or not. What to do on Monday morning at work. You forget about all those things, because when you experience higher taste, you forget about the lower taste. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, Krishna says, Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjam rasopyasya param društva nivartate. Param društva. Param means the highest. Param društva. When you experience the highest thing, all other things will appear to be very ordinary, to be neglected. So as you said, when you come into the association like this and discuss spiritual matters, this is the highest thing. It gives you higher taste. It gives you satisfaction. You naturally forget about the lower taste. Okay. Yeah. So you have anything to say about association of devotees? What it means to you, or what are the benefits of association of devotees?
It's conducive for you to stay easily.
Yeah.
Instead of you doing it will be right.
Yeah.
But you draw inspiration from others.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Yeah. So the environment is conducive for us to practice Bhakti Yoga, without which it's impossible. It's impossible to even read Bhagavad Gita. If you try practicing, reading Bhagavad Gita at home all by yourself, you cannot do that. You may be able to do that, for a few days, but not for a long time. So you need association of devotees to share what you have read, what you have understood, and to learn from the other person. You need association. Only then it gives you motivation, and it gives you enthusiasm to move forward. Okay, that's a good point. Okay, Basu, you want to add anything?
Yeah, for me it's simple. If you do A, B should use that to happen.
Excellent.
That is perfect.
Yeah, you are at 10,000 feet level height. Yeah, association of devotees gives all other benefits. It gives the benefit of reading the scriptures, chanting, and prasadam. Excellent. Beautiful. Very, very, very excellent. Yeah.
I got a chance on New Year. I served the Southern in the temple. That's my I was serving food.
Yeah.
I've been telling people I want to do that.
Yeah.
New Year Day, they sent an email saying we need volunteers.
Yeah.
I just went there and did seva for a couple of hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So not just EBCD, he also happened. So.
Yes, engagement in seva, and the wholesome experience, right? You can attend via Zoom also, but you don't get all other benefits, as Basu said. You don't get prasadam, and you don't experience the chanting. Yeah.
And also it's a danger, like I don't want to listen to anyone, I just follow my spiritual path.
Yeah.
That's more dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Like because if you are in wrong path, then you lost all your life.
So
but
then
if
you
associate with the good people, right?
Yeah.
Then you are always good.
Yes, very good. Yeah, if you create your own spiritual path, you will become a kangaroo.
And we don't know if that's right or wrong. Based on our understanding, we think that is the spiritual path.
No, instead of becoming guru, you will become kangaroo. So definitely it is bad. Definitely it is bad. Kangaroo.
So they have some certain principles that we need to follow exactly, right?
That's what Sadhguru says.
Yeah.
There is a group, right? Sadhguru. He says, what's the need of reading scriptures? When I'm telling everything, why do you want to read Bhagavad Gita or any other scriptures? Whatever I'm telling is the basis. And we know that, he's a Sadhguru. He's a kangaroo or a Sadhguru. But he has a great following, though.
Yeah.
A great
lot
following.
of people have a lot of Sadhguru, okay, but then there are so many people having weird kind of people whom sometimes I feel, how can even they have following?
Yeah.
I mean, people are the people out of their minds that they're following such a person.
Yeah. And the so-called most intelligent people, most prestigious people, most powerful people, they all follow these bogus gurus.
So after this TikTok and whatnot has happened, I don't know. I think every person has so many followers.
Yeah.
Some nonsense video and they have followers.
Yeah.
Social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Making comedy
Something.
Some real,
You don't even have to create anything.
yeah.
No, you don't have to do anything. Just create a YouTube channel, and when Arjun cries, you take a video and upload it. There'll be followers for that. There'll be followers for that.
People are having lot of empty things.
Yeah, a lot of empty time. Their minds are empty.
Sitting
yeah.
and watching.
Okay, next.
So
So,
One question I have,
yeah.
like when we say everybody's saying, right? When we join the group and
Mhm.
there's always positive energy and good thing happens, right?
Yeah.
But what is the origin? What happens? Like how this positive energy happens in the group?
so how the positive energy happens?
Yeah, like we say, like single person alone, right? Cannot read Bhagavad Gita,
Mhm.
cannot continue that for long.
Yeah.
But with group, this happens easily. So
Mhm.
how that happens easily?
So two things, right? Inspiration and motivation. So when we are sitting in the group like this, okay, for example, when we hear from everyone, right? Now I get inspired, saying that okay, so there are several good things that I did not know, and it keeps me inspiring to come here. Now every day, every week, I'm only talking, and you are not talking at all, right? Now how will I get inspired? I will not get inspired, right? Because I'm not learning anything new. Now, when I'm engaging you all in interactive session, my purpose is to learn new things for myself. Okay, while I am teaching whatever I learned from my previous senior devotees, at the same time, my goal is to learn something new for me also, right? That's the only thing which keeps inspiring me to move forward. It's the motivation for me. So inspiration and motivation. So we get inspired from each other, and we get motivated based on the new things that we learn every day.
I give one example actually. I thought like Kriya Yoga, I get everything, Satchit Anand, right?
Yeah.
Like based on your classes, the bliss is missing that if you, in the meditation, right?
Yeah.
If you do association, you get all those clarifications also, right?
Yeah. And it's the wholesome experience. Yeah. Amazing. So
I just give practice. Because that's what I thought, like this spending 1 year, last 1 year. I
Yeah.
thought that if I follow that one, that's the end of the story, I thought. But based on classes and what, I realized that.
It's
bhakti
also
is
due to
also-
service of Prabhu Raya coming sad Tuesday.
yeah, it's because of all these four A, B, C, D. Yeah, it's a complete package. So very good, very good. The purpose is solved then. The purpose is solved.
My goal achieved.
Yeah. Very good, very good. Because Prabhupada says, billions of gallons of blood to make one devotee. We should be ready to spend billions of gallons of blood to make one devotee.
That much energy, right?
No, even if we have to do that. I mean, you don't have to do that. See how Prabhupada, huh? Yeah. So see Prabhupada, how many Western people he converted into devotees.
Mhm.
Okay. So he did not spend billions of gallons of blood. But he says, even if we have to do that,
It is a good deal.
to make one devotee, it's a good deal.
Mhm.
It's worth.
That means like even if you die, but like you have to make it. You have to try till your last.
Yeah, the meaning of that statement is, even if you worked extra hard, just to make one devotee. Generally, when a preacher is preaching to a group of people, right? So the goal is to have many devotees. The goal is to make many devotees. But even if you're not able to make many devotees, hundreds and thousands of devotees, but even if you have to spend 100 years and make only one devotee, that is sufficient. Yeah. And even Srila Prabhupada's Guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he also mentioned, if I am able to make one sincere devotee, my mission is successful. Now we can see the power of Srila Prabhupada, and what to speak of his Guru. He was called Simha Guru actually. The way he was speaking, It was very straightforward and very powerful. It was called Simha Guru, like a lion, roaring like a lion. Now, when a person like that, is saying that statement, even if I am able to make one devotee, my mission is successful. I mean, of course, they made many devotees, but even the exalted people like that are saying, if they are making one devotee, their mission is successful. So this is the success of the process that Prabhupada established. Okay. Now coming to B, books. Actually, before B, so let me tell you about the 9 stages of bhakti. Okay, with related to this is ABCD. 9 stages of bhakti. The 9 stages of bhakti are Atav Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, Asakti, Ruchi, Bhava, and Prema. Okay, these are the 9 stages of bhakti. Okay, let's all repeat. Atav Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, Asakti, Ruchi, Bhava, Prema. These are the 9 stages in Bhakti Yoga. So, Atav Shraddha. What does Atav Shraddha means? Atav means little, Swalpa or little. Okay, little Shraddha. Shraddha is faith. Faith on what?
God.
Faith on God. Okay. Anything else?
Goodness, or something positive.
No, because since we are talking about Bhakti Yoga and subject matter of Bhakti Yoga is God, so goodness is like a mundane topic. Okay, it's not spiritual. It's a mundane topic. Anybody can talk about goodness, being good and doing good. So Shraddha on what? Faith on what? God. Okay, somebody said God. What else? Faith on devotees? No. My question is, Atav Shraddha, first stage in Bhakti Yoga is Atav Shraddha, having little faith. But faith on what? Faith on Guru. Okay, faith on God. Faith on process. Okay, excellent. All these make sense, but that faith in the 9 stages of bhakti refer to faith on scriptures. Faith on scriptures, because the process has to come from scriptures, and definition of Guru has to come from scriptures. Definition of God also is given in the scriptures. God is only giving the definition, but how will I know whether a person is genuinely God or not? Like, let's say tomorrow Krishna directly appears in front of us. I need to have some knowledge of the criteria of God, right? Otherwise, I can say Sadguru is also God, or that Puttaparthi Sai Baba is also God. And people are doing that, right? Because they don't have proper scriptural knowledge. So even the definition of God is also coming from scriptures. That's why scriptures are so powerful. They are defining God. They are defining who God is. They are defining who Guru is. They are defining what the process is. So that Atav Shraddha, the first stage in the 9 stages of Bhakti Yoga, Atav Shraddha refers to faith on scriptures. Little faith on scriptures. So whenever you start this journey, spiritual journey, right? You need to have little faith on Shastra. Little faith that Bhagavad Gita is the ultimate scripture for the mankind. It is the ultimate scripture for the mankind. You should have that little faith. Without faith, if you start, then nothing works. Even science works on faith, right? Anything that they experiment, they start with faith. They have some faith, and then they have an experiment, and then they can conclude what the outcome of the experiment is. Atav Shraddha, and then next one is Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha is association of devotees. Then Bhajana Kriya. So when we are associating with other devotees, what do we do?
Reading, bhajan, chanting.
Bhajana Kriya.
And
We do?
talk about God.
Yeah, we are engaged in Bhajana Kriya. And Bhajana Kriya involves various activities, like doing the bhajan itself, means kirtan, doing kirtan, singing kirtan, participating in kirtan, hearing kirtan, and then reading books, worshipping God, okay, participating in artis, okay, that is also Bhajana Kriya. Visiting holy places, that is also Bhajana Kriya. All these things, these are all part of Bhajana Kriya. All the activities related to the sadhana of Bhakti Yoga, they are Bhajana Kriya. So, second one. What is the third one?
That's the third one.
Third
Sadhu
one is
Sangha,
bhajan.
Bhajana Kriya.
Yeah, Bhajana Kriya. Fourth one,
What's that?
Another new.
Anartha Nivritti. Okay, Anartha Nivritti is purification. Anartha is impurities. Nivritti means getting rid of the impurities. So purificatory process. Anartha Nivritti is purificatory process. And this is the very longest or lengthiest process in this Bhakti Yoga. Okay, to have little faith in scriptures is very easy. Okay, and then to participate in Bhajana Kriya is also easy. Now the Anartha Nivritti is, it takes very long time. The purificatory process, it takes very long time, because we all come with a baggage of lot of impurities coming from millions of lifetimes. All those previous vasana samskaras, they are still there with us. Now we need to get rid of that by following a proper process. So that is Anartha Nivritti. Then fifth one. Okay, if you start from beginning, then you may know. Huh? Bhav is almost in the end. Yeah, one before the end. Nishta. Nishta. Okay. Atav Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta. Nishta is determination. While you are going through this purificatory process, sometimes you may be discouraged. You may be discouraged. Okay, even after practicing for 10 years, I'm not seeing God. Is God really there or not? I better go and enjoy with my other friends. Or I better go and do Kriya Yoga. Sudhakar may say that. That's a tendency. See, whenever you are doing something, you want to...
Right?
Huh?
That's a goal, right?
Yeah, that's the goal. And you always want to see the goal with your... You want to experience that with your five senses. You want to touch God, you want to feel God. That's the tendency.
Why do you not want to see God?
That's a smart question, actually. Why you do not want to see the God?
Well, God, I want to see, touch, feel the people. No, to love God, I want to.
Yeah,
And then you want to talk to him. Right?
yeah. So Basu...
If we can continue that. If it is one-sided love, it is always from Krishna. We have to start loving him.
Yeah.
Krishna always
Krishna
loves
is
us.
always loving us. Yeah, that one side love is always there. Krishna has that. Yeah. Okay. Nishta. So despite all the obstacles that we face while going through the purificatory process, we should be determined. Nishta. We should be determined and have faith in the process that if I follow this process simply and sincerely, then I'll get rid of all my anarthas and get purified. Okay, Nishta. And then Asakti. Asakti is as you progress, Asakti is attraction, interest, attraction. So as you progress with your sadhana,
You cannot live without it, basically.
Huh?
You cannot live without it.
You cannot live without ABCD. So you'll get as you see some results. Okay, as you see some results, right? During your purificatory process, you'll see some results. For example, you are not as angry as you were before. Okay, all the householders, they can connect to this. You will not be as angry as you were before. Okay, so when you see results like that, then you become more interested. You become more interested, and you become more, curious. That is asakti. Then ruchi. Okay, so you start experiencing higher taste. Ruchi, and then bhava and prema. Okay, so bhava is emotions, experiencing emotions.
Thinking day by day about that, right? Bhava means matter, no?
Yeah, fixing your mind on God, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Manmana bhava mad bhakta, fix your mind upon me all the time. So emotions means whatever you are doing, you put your emotions into it. So right now, what we are all doing, maybe mechanically. There are no emotions, right? We know that, okay, we have to love Krishna and we have to develop love for Krishna. But right now, we don't have any emotions. We are following the process. We are still in the Anartha Nivritti stage. We have crossed the first stage, Atav Shraddha. We have crossed the second stage. I mean, we are in the second stage, Sadhu Sangha. We are doing Bhajana Kriya. And we are in the Anartha Nivritti stage, purificatory process. Yeah, it takes long time. Yeah, considerably long time. So when we are doing that, we develop higher taste, ruchi. No, we're talking bhava, right? Yeah, bhava. So we are not putting emotions in the beginning, but as we progress further, we get emotions, we get feelings for Krishna. Okay, I have an evening class, right? 5 to 7. So one person, so she's very sincere. She's following the process very sincere, and sometimes she shares in the class how she experiences some feelings. Like one day she felt like she has not come to the temple for a couple of days, and she was feeling like, oh, is Krishna missing me? Is Krishna missing me? Instead of she missing Krishna, she was thinking, oh, is Krishna missing me? Okay. Or for example, when you are eating, you can think of, oh, has Krishna eaten? Has Krishna eaten? Or maybe what Krishna is doing at this time now. That's another question asked by another student actually in the evening class. Prabhuji, can you tell what Krishna is doing now? So these are all initial symptoms of.
What's the answer, Prabhu?
Then you need to go because
Krishna is trying to pierce the thread into the elephant into eye of a needle. That's what he's doing.
I got my answer.
So these are all the initial symptoms of exhibiting feelings, bhava, emotions. And then higher than bhava, the highest stage is prema, love for God. Love for God. Even while exhibiting emotions, you may not have complete pure love. Okay, but higher than bhava is love, prema for Krishna. That's the highest stage. So all those things, all those 9 stages, they start with association of devotees, sadhu sangha. Okay. Yeah. Then books, reading scriptures. Okay, let's talk a little bit about reading scriptures. So we have a vast amount of literature in this moment. Vast amount of literature that there is no other religion, there's no other spiritual organization, there's no other process that has this much, literature. And the literature that we have, it covers everything. It has drama, it has violence, it has romance, it has suspense, thrilling, everything. Whatever you need for your general entertainment, Scriptures have everything. You read Bhagavatam, it has everything. Even Bhagavad Gita also has, but if you want to experience these in Bhagavad Gita, you need to understand Bhagavad Gita much deeper. Okay, and that is possible only after reading Bhagavad Gita 100, 200 times. Several times. So scriptures have all these things, all these different rasas, Bhayanaka rasa, Bhivatsa rasa, everything. All the five primary rasas and then 7 secondary rasas. You can experience everything in books. You don't have to read any other literature. And books give us knowledge. Books give us knowledge. Knowledge inspires action. Okay? Like all of you, you're coming to the temple every Tuesday and then doing service, right? Unless you read scriptures and acquire knowledge, you cannot continue that activity for a long time. Over a period of time, it will look like a mechanical activity and you will give up. So knowledge inspires action. Knowledge inspires action. Action fructifies knowledge into wisdom, but knowledge inspires action. You need some inspiration, right, to do things. And that comes from scriptures. Why you need to do certain things and what's the benefit of doing those things. Everything you learn from scriptures. Next, chanting. Chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga is Sankirtana Yajna. Sankirtana is singing glories of the Lord. And the highest form of that Sankirtana is chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now, the prescription for different yugas is different. The 4 yugas. Satya Yuga, the prescription is meditation. Okay? Sudhakar is thinking, I should be in Satya Yuga. Treta Yuga, the prescribed method is yajnas. And then Dwapara Yuga, deity worship. Tapas, meditation, same. Yeah. Deity worship. Dwapara Yuga, deity worship. Elaborative, opulent deity worship. Not simple deity worship. Elaborative and opulent worship. Okay. Which costs, each worship will itself cost several crores of money. Okay. And then Kali Yuga, the process is Sankirtana. So simple. Now this slide talks about various details of these 4 yugas. We don't need to spend time on this because we already spoke about this before, right? And recently I forwarded a slide.
Yeah, one thing there.
Yeah, that has everything in one place, very easy to understand. Yeah.
One question, Guru. Suppose I did so much bad in Kali Yuga,
Yeah.
but I was born in Satya Yuga again, right?
Yeah.
Then my life will be good again, right?
No, you will not be eligible to be born in Satya Yuga. Even though the cycle repeats, you will be hibernated until Kali Yuga cycle starts.
No, I think it is like after 8 million humans born, then you will get birth by, that's a law, right?
After
8 million people.
8.4 billion. Yeah.
Then you reborn again, right? That law you cannot destroy that law, right?
Yeah. After you go through all 8.4 million species of life, the final life is human life.
Yeah.
Yeah. After you get human life, let's say you are in Kali Yuga. Okay. You get a human birth in Kali Yuga. And you did bad things even in Kali Yuga. Then you will be hibernated until you get Kali Yuga again.
That many years I have to wait again.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Anyway, whenever there is a yuga change, you have to wait anyway for a long time.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So when all the 4 yugas are annihilated, you have to, even Satya Yuga people also have to wait.
So,
No,
Depends on-
Satya Yuga people can, if they do bad things, they can go to other yugas.
I
Other
thought they can
users
switch
are
apart,
forms
like,
of-
Every,
I thought they can
See,
switch.
it's-
but yeah.
yeah, like we discussed in that class, right? The karma is very complicated. So it depends upon what your baggage you are carrying, where you will be born, which species you will be born, which yuga you will be born, which planet you will be born.
Yeah. See, the very fact that we all turned away from Krishna, that itself is the biggest mistake. That itself is the biggest sinful activity that we have ever done. Now, it is very possible to be engaged in sinful activities or bad activities everywhere else, whether it is Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, or Dwapar Yuga, everywhere else. So the very fact that we did mistake with Krishna himself,
But compared to Kali Yuga, those yugas are good, right?
Yeah.
they have better life. They have
Yeah,
better
yeah,
life,
yeah.
longer
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
Yeah,
In Kali Yuga,
More trustworthy people maybe.
yeah.
more trustworthy people. Yeah.
That does not mean, I mean, we have already spoken about this, I think, in the previous classes as well, that, see, the sole reason, if everybody is good, everything is good, if everything is all right, and everybody is God conscious, then,
God.
then go back to Godhead. No point of the next
Yeah.
yugas. But it's not like that. In every yuga, there is good and bad. The environment is good and favorable, but people are still good and bad.
But
Yeah.
compared to Kali Yuga, those yugas, people are more good, right? Mata?
Yes, more good. And let's say
Not
Treta Yuga,
different,
not
bad
Yuga, let's
things.
say Treta. Ravan was still there.
Ravan that time only one person, like here, Ravana, you can see in this Kali Yuga.
That's
Yeah.
what there's this thing, no, in Kali Yuga, Ram and Ravan both inside you. No, not separate.
Yeah, they are in the same place.
Oh.
There is a good dog and bad dog within the same body. There's a good dog and bad dog. So
So
yeah, the amount of
another thing,
goodness.
like that rebirth, right? Even in the same Kali Yuga, people can be reborn, right? Because
Yeah.
Kali Yuga age is
432,000 years.
400.
Yeah, yeah.
No, because I was at end of the Kali Yuga. I did lot of stuff.
You don't know.
I think I switched to other Yuga.
You should have a goal that you will get purified in this life itself and go to Krishna.
Yeah,
There
that's
are
my
no
goal, but I'm
loopholes
just-
system.
That's the goal. You should have a higher goal.
No, I have other goal, but I'm just.
Yeah.
Quick question on the last sentence there.
Yeah.
You were saying the people will hardly be older than 20 years. But if, as far as we know, the lifespan has been increasing, not decreasing in Kali, no?
It's decreasing.
Decreasing, right?
People used to live 100 years.
Yeah. Now it is only 70.
Now it's 70.
But either with scientific advancement and
No, this is just.
But that is only for few people. Even if that
False propaganda.
It's a false propaganda to make more
Yes,
money.
the drama,
Uh,
that death would be optional.
optional. Yeah.
In the
They
temple.
claim that.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to learn how death can be optional. Scientists are even working on that.
what is that? Stem cell therapy and all people can, some ultra rich people can live forever and all that.
They want to say- and say-
Yeah.
But not only the catch few more years, like even in the cancer treatment, they won't say that cancer is cured, but you got like few more years in your quota. But again, cancer can come back.
Yeah, it's like if somebody asked, in India, the death rate is so high, then, was it Prabhupada said, death rate is constant everywhere, 100%. Whoever has been born, will die.
They have to die, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, whatever medicine is doing, it's only patchwork. Yeah. They cannot increase lifespan. They cannot, make people immortal. Yeah. There are projects going on in that name, in the name of immortality.
Jackson, huh? He also wants to live like a mortal.
Yeah. In fact, he spent so much money
Money and
for his diet, for his health, everything, so that he does not do any mistake and he lives longer and he looks younger, healthy, strong. But look what happened.
Untimely death.
Yeah.
He died earlier than
Earlier,
normally people.
much earlier than what he never imagined. Yeah.
What I was saying, Prabhu, like usually whatever we have read or heard from scriptures, there are so many things that happen, like Lohini Devi taking the Garbha from Devaki, and in modern science we relate it with the
IVF, right? Yeah.
IVF treatment. There are so many more, like the Pushpak Viman comparing to the airplanes, and so many more things.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like there are some Chiranjeevis. So there must be some way.
Yeah, there are Chiranjeevis living now.
Yeah, so there might be some scientific or coming up or some evolution happening, and somebody living for the longer life or as long as the Chiranjeevis. I don't know. Is it coming only as a boon?
Or science coming up with a solution.
Somewhere slowly connecting with all like the live vision, the live Sanjay. Now we say live telecast. All that is happening. All development, scientific development is happening.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel all these that's there. Yeah.
Basically, what you're saying is whatever used to happen in the previous yugas, scientists have found some kind of hacks to mimic that.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So,
yeah, the thing is that can never happen because the fundamental thing that science works on is they say that life comes from chemicals. Life comes from chemicals.
20 rupees worth it.
Yeah, 20 rupees worth. This body is worth of 20 rupees.
$20.
So they not even $1. So they say life comes from chemicals. So then how can they, first of all, they cannot even create life. If they say that life comes from chemicals, and now if we give all the chemicals, they should be able to create life, right? Which they cannot do it. Now, something that they cannot create, how can they,
try to make.
try to make it immortal? Science can never do that. Yeah. I mean, I have heard, some people saying that one fine day, science will show us God.
Really?
No, even some spiritualists also saying, I don't know in what context they have said, either to pacify some of the scientific, people there. I don't know what's the context, but I have heard even spiritualists saying that one fine day, science may show us God. That can never happen. Yeah. Because the fundamentals are.
I think they mean that when the scientists will become devotees.
Yes.
But God, only devotee can see God, right? Not everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if that scientist becomes devotee, he can also see God. Right?
That person only can see, right? And not
How would they
everybody.
show to others is what he's
People
asking.
We believe. We have not seen what scientists have seen. We have not seen a rocket going on.
Corona.
We have not seen that. We believe what they say.
Yeah.
Actually,
So scientists will become devotees when everything fails. When all else fails, turn to God.
no, like
It will happen, right? Eventually, everything will fail.
Yeah, when scientists say that, devotees will say, I told you that long time ago.
Yeah.
no, actually, like suppose if you're a true devotee of Krishna, right? Krishna will appear as it is, whatever the form he has 1,000 years or 2,000 years, some years ago, right? His shape
No,
is
whatever
same
the
as-
form that he has now.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah, because he's eternal, right?
Yeah, so that is the shape is same as previous when he was
No,
born,
it's
right?
his wish. He can.
Yes. He can appear in any form, but
He can appear any form,
Yeah.
but you want to see only that form means the God will appear as that form only, right? Even if I am meditating like that, do a lot of things,
yeah,
and then if I have that power,
yeah,
if somebody wants to see me this form again, same
Uh-huh.
form as like, I can create myself again. Even though I'm died,
no.
I think that's what Krishna also appeared, right, for you.
Krishna appears. He has the ability
Yeah,
to create.
yeah, he has the Prakriti creation power, everything, right?
Yeah.
Because he understands all the fundamentals,
Mhm.
how the nature works, right? If I have that knowledge, I
That
can
nature
create
comes from
myself.
Krishna.
Yeah,
It is his nature.
it's not like he understands, like he set up that.
Yeah, it is
he's
his
the
nature.
creator, right?
Yeah.
He's the creator. But if I meditate and if I realize God, right, even I get that knowledge. That's what I heard actually.
But do you have the matter? Do you have the matter to create?
Yeah.
You have the knowledge,
Mhm.
but do you have the matter to create?
I'm saying like if I do more meditation,
Yeah.
and then I'll be equal to God now.
You have the power, you have the knowledge, you have the ability to do everything. You are an engineer to create a
Yeah.
human being.
Yeah.
But do you have the matter?
I think this material I can recreate. I can recompose it.
Do you
I
have
can-
it? Do you have it?
I think.
So you don't have that matter.
No. See, suppose this is a
The
matter.
material
right?
elements,
Uh-huh.
you don't have that material. The Pancha Mahabhuta.
No, let me explain. This is a matter, right?
Yeah.
My body, right?
Mhm.
If I die, this will decompose into nature, right?
Yeah,
Now somebody wants to see me the same shape like me, right?
yeah.
With that spirit, I can create this form again. Because the material is still exists in the nature,
Uh-huh.
but it is in a spread form like that. But I can with my knowledge and with my power, I can force it and recreate that one. That's what I heard, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, in the Kriya Yoga meditation process, that's what they told.
Yeah, you can create like that. He said.
Even Satya Yuga.
You cannot create,
No, suppose like Yogananda wants to see his guru, whatever the form he has when he died, but he appeared as same that form. Then he asked his guru, "Wow, how did you do these things?" I have that knowledge, material knowledge, to force it and bind it and create that form. At the will.
కనిపించాడు అంతే. He didn't create anything.
Form అంటే ఇదే కదా, మళ్ళీ physical ఏ కదా. Matter.
So like he appeared as human being or like
Same as like human being.
so he lived alone.
No, again he can disappear. At will he can, because he has so much power, right?
Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that form. We didn't create anything.
It's so improbable.
See, Ashtanga yogis, okay, so they get siddhis. And the highest, when you achieve perfection of Ashtanga yoga, so you get the ability to create and destroy things.
Yeah.
Okay, you get ability, different kinds of siddhis, right? You can teleport things, you can transfer things from one place to another place. So you have all these siddhis, and the highest form of siddhis, you are able to create things also, but not human form.
Even Jesus Christ, somebody cut his ear, he was able to attach it again. I think. Because if you understand that nature, right, the material nature.
First of all, Jesus
you can
Christ,
play.
he was not a Ashtanga yogi. He was not Ashtanga yogi.
I read the story somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, I think even let's say, I mean, we don't know what you are saying is true, not true, but let's assume that that's true.
Mhm.
That this one person, he asked his guru and he recreated himself, gave him darshan and left. But then that's not bringing him to life. Basically, he appeared to give darshan. It's just like you meditating upon somebody and feeling that that person is right in front of you. It's
Yeah.
not that that person is
physically.
back in life.
Human being.
No, if the devotee wants to say that, hey, Guru, can you live for 100 years? And if the Guru give his promise, right, he can live in that.
Okay, let's say even that is possible. What are you going to get out of it?
No, I'm not saying like there's nothing
Yeah,
to
like,
achieve.
what is the point?
What's the goal?
Yeah.
What's the goal, and what is the benefit?
To inspire million people again. Like if you speak, like suppose if Krishna comes again, right?
Mhm.
Similar to Krishna, somebody you showed 32 people, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So one of those person came to the earth again. Narada came.
Yeah.
You can inspire many people again, right?
Yeah, they will
And
appear.
they
They will
do
take birth
appear.
again.
They appear also. In fact, if you see the realizations of many of the Prabhupada's disciples at their last time, they've seen like Prabhupada coming and taking them back,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, they do come.
Yeah, they come from time to time. Krishna sends Krishna,
In
either
the
he
same form,
appears.
right? Or different forms.
The same form along with somebody also they'll come sometimes. Like
Yes.
it's more their spirit form, right? It's not.
I agree what you're saying.
It's the spiritual form. Like, that vision is not physical material.
Matter.
That's not material.
Yeah.
No, if you come here in there, it is a matter, right?
No,
It's a
they're
matter,
taking a birth, right?
No, they are not taking.
If they're taking a birth, then.
But
they're
this
coming to the
matter, does it
normal-
have any value without spirit soul in it?
Of course, nothing.
Yeah.
Because without God, we can't even speak, we can't even walk, we can't do anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the moment a person dies, we cannot even sit next to that dead body for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, so without spirit soul, there's no value for this matter. So, okay. Next.
So I have one question. Like,
Yeah.
in that it said 5,000 years of Kali Yuga has passed.
Yeah.
So how do we determine how many years have passed? Like,
How do we determine?
yeah, like there is no. How do we know that it's a cutoff time of Dwapar Yuga is ended at this time and then Kali Yuga started at this time?
I think one breath, that one, right? One breath, one.
The symptoms.
I mean, Shastras,
Also, I think
see, it is the parampara, right? Again, it's based on parampara. Like whatever, Monica and Madhu, yeah. Whatever Monica and Madhu have acquired, they pass on to Arjun. Now, Arjun can trace the timeline, like when did my father buy this home? Okay. Or when did they buy this car? He can trace the timeline for that. And now, after Arjun gets his own family, right? Now his children, they can trace the timeline of Arjun as well as Madhu and Monica.
In today's world,
Scientifically
lot of
speaking,
information is documented, right, in electronic form.
there is
Yeah.
no-
basically when Lord Yuga started,
This is-
Lord Krishna declared, and also there is a story about Parikshit Maharaj when Kali Yuga came, when
No,
personified
there
Kali
are two
came.
questions here.
Yeah.
One is documenting, which we have. If we are talking about documentation, we have. The other question is the Yuga change. How do you understand that we have
Yeah.
moved from Dwapar to Kali Yuga?
Yeah.
That's two different questions. So what Prabhuji is trying to explain is the documenting. So we have the documentation that Krishna appeared about a little over 5,000 years ago. It's coming down.
Yeah.
And the other thing, that how does Yuga change and how do we know that the Yuga has changed? It is one is symptoms, like the symptoms of the Yugas, and the two for especially for Kali Yuga, that's a very popular story of Parikshit Maharaj and the Kali entering into his kingdom, where Parikshit Maharaj asks him to not enter, and then he comes in and he sits on his head, and that's when the entire episode happens. We can talk about that story. But there's a story with Kali, the Kali Yuga personified Kali.
Personified. Yeah.
He came, and where Parikshit Maharaj did not allow him. But then he gave him to reside, like he asked for some place to reside, shelter. And he said, Parikshit Maharaj said that you can reside in gold. So he actually sat in the crown or that Parikshit Maharaj was wearing. So that was the incoming. And even before Krishna left, disappeared from the material world, he announced, Panchajanya Shankri,
He blew that council and he said that Kali Yuga
Kali Yuga will begin.
begin now.
And the sages also, right? Like if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, the sages at Naimisharanya forest, they all assembled in the forest because they know that Kali Yuga is approaching, and they want to know what is best for the mankind. And then they inquire from their spiritual master, Sutta Goswami.
So when the Yuga changed from Dwapar to Kali Yuga, all these script stories like Ramayana, Mahabharata happened in other Yuga.
Ramayana happened in Treta Yuga.
Okay, and so when the Yuga changed, there are no ancestors or descendants of say any of those.
Yeah,
Right?
they're not-
There are.
Parikshit
Yeah,
Maharaj.
there are.
Okay, but when Yuga changes, I thought everything will be no.
The
Okay.
people, they are living the regular life, and the Yuga change. The change is not like today is Dwapar and tomorrow is Kali Yuga.
Okay.
It's like a transition.
It's a transition.
Transition.
We have one family friend who is
Then why
name
they
is Deepak
cannot
Kamboj.
but
And he said that his ancestor
Yuga.
Kamboj.
No.
So they used to have an army, and their ancestors had given one Akshoni Sena in the
Kaurava. Kaurava.
Kurukshetra war.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there and that is actually true. Like,
It's actually true.
yeah, this
So they are the descendant maybe.
Yeah.
Mm.
they're the descendants of the one of the army
One of the
that
kingdom,
was
yeah.
there in Kaurava's kingdom.
Kaurava.
Kuru dynasty, coming from Kuru dynasty. Okay. Nice.
So then that guy will burn in the Kali Yuga or Dwapara Yuga next time if he died.
It depends on what.
Depends on what he does, right?
But that's right.
Depends on what he does.
Sometimes
Transition from Dwapar to Kali Yuga, if you know the story of Parikshit Maharaj, during the Mahabharata story time, Krishna entered into the womb of Uttara to save Parikshit Maharaj.
Mhm.
So, and Kali Yuga onset happens when he is the king. That little baby who's in the womb of Uttara, when he becomes the king, that's when Kali Yuga enters.
I see. Okay.
So, and Parikshit Maharaj has lived from Dwapar to Kali Yuga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Uttara service, Parikshit Maharaj.
Abhimanyu.
Abhimanyu. Okay. So we were discussing books, right? Huh?
book chanting also.
Chanting.
Did we start chanting? Oh yeah.
That's
So
what we-
prescribed method for different yugas. So the prescribed method for Kali Yuga is chanting of this holy name, and it is given in Kali Santarana Upanishad. Lord Brahma says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then he recites another shloka, I don't remember that.
Iti Shodas.
Iti Shodashaka Namnam, Kali Kalmasha Namnam, Nataro Iti Shodashaka Namnam. Okay, there is a shloka where Lord Brahma gives this mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. He tells that this is the highest mantra of all. This is the Maha Mantra and prescribed method for this Kali Yuga. So that process was there, and it was lost, and then it was revived. The chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra process, it was revived by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared 500 years ago. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna appearing in the mood of Radharani and Krishna. You know, it's a combined avatar of Krishna and Radha. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared as a devotee. He appeared as a devotee to establish this Yuga Dharma of Sankirtana. And he was chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on the streets of Navadvip and all other villages nearby. And we were looking at the list of prominent acharyas in the Guru Parampara, right? So there we saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then there were Goswamis, 6 Goswamis, and then Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and then Srila Prabhupada. They are all coming from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is Sankirtana movement, chanting of this holy name. Chanting is different types, right? What you are doing individually is called japa. When you're sitting alone and chanting, it is japa. And then when you are sitting with another person, when there are 2 people and singing glories of the Lord, singing some kirtan, then it is called kirtan. And when there are more than 2 people, it is called sankirtan. The group consists of more than 2 people, it's called sankirtan. So the process established by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, he used to go on the streets along with his associates and disciples, and then chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and other kirtans to glorify the Lord. And the same process was continued by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disciples, coming all the way to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, when he started this movement, he started one of the most important things he established is Sankirtan. He used to go into the streets of all the major cities and then chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Even in Seattle, we do that. Every Saturday, it happens from 2 to 5, 3 hours. We go to Seattle downtown and various places in Seattle. A group of devotees, they go and chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. They distribute prasadam, chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, distribute books. This is to inspire people to connect to Krishna who never come to the temple. like Westerners, they don't come to the temple, right? So for them, you need to go out and reach out to these people in the form of Sankirtan. So these are some of the slides about Prabhupada and his guru. So this is Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. And what you see in this picture is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, guru of Srila Prabhupada. So we can spend some time, later on to discuss about Prabhupada. Okay, that itself is a big topic. But it's almost 2 o'clock. There's a movie also.
We can play that.
Yeah, we can play that, or we can send the link in the
No,
group.
it's a paid one from my Amazon subscription I purchased.
Oh, then play it.
Is it not available on YouTube?
That one, the Acharya, the movement, that
Acharya.
is not there.
Oh.
But there is a serial series is there about Prabhupada, that is there on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So-
but that will be like a many episode one. But
Yeah.
if you want to like a quick glimpse, I
Yeah.
think that the Acharya, the movement, and the mantra,
Yeah.
that movie, that's a
Yeah, sure. We can play based on interest. We can play either today or in one of the classes
one of the classes.
next week or so. So, okay. A quick summary. So we discussed about the glories of Bhagavad Gita and why Bhagavad Gita was spoken on the battlefield. And but Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita 5,000 years ago. Now Krishna is not there. Now who is going to teach Bhagavad Gita to us? From whom we will receive this genuine portion of Bhagavad Gita? How will I know that whatever Bhagavad Gita that I am reading is the genuine version or not? So all those things were discussed in the previous class.
It's low battery.
Yeah. I think we will finish it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We discussed Guru Parampara and the process of approaching a bona fide Guru. And then the most important thing, ABCD. Okay. So, by the way, all the material, the slide deck, whatever we have seen in the previous 7 sessions, were designed and prepared by this person here, Radha Gopinath Prabhu from ISKCON Chowpatty, Bombay. So he's the one, he's from IIT. So he's the one who designed all these slides. Yeah. All the temples in ISKCON worldwide, they use his slides. They have been using these slides for last 15, 20 years or even more than that actually. When did you attend your DYS?
2004.
2004. Yeah.
Where is he now?
He's in Chowpatty, ISKCON Chowpatty. Yeah, Bombay. Okay. So that's the end of this topic and officially the end of DYS, the Discover Yourself series. So thank you everyone for being, so patient several weeks. We spent like 3 months, I guess. Yeah.
I think so.
12, yeah,
More
12,
than 3 months.
12 weeks, more than 12 sessions.
Okay. Yeah, because each topic we took like at least 2 sessions, 14 weeks. Yeah, more than 3 months actually. Yeah. So that gives us 4.
What's next?
What's next?
You tell. ABCD, what are you going to take up? ABCD.
After crash course now.
So Mahi, my link of charging is about to end. So I'm going to end the Zoom.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll communicate on the group. What's the plan for next week? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Sure,
Thank you.
Srinivas.
Thank you for joining.
And Srinivas, I have
Yeah.
a question.
Yeah.
You said right. So at the end of the class, at the end of Bhagavad Gita, you know the answer. That who am I?
Yeah.
Can you tell me who am I?
You are a spirit soul. You are not the body, but you are a spirit soul. You are not a woman. You are not an Indian. You are not. You're not a software engineer.
Whatever year old.
Yeah. You're not 40, 50 or whatever year old or 16, 17, whatever year you're old. You are an eternal spirit soul.
Okay.
Yeah. That's our true identity. So we are part and parcel of Krishna, and we are always our eternal occupational duty is to serve Krishna with love and devotion.
Okay.
That's our
Actually,
identity.
I am telling to my friends, I am a soul like that. So they are looking me what you're talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are with roommates there?
No, my friends, family friends.
Or your family friends? Okay. Okay. Okay.
I need to attend that.
Yeah.
Then they
Yeah.
understand.
So yeah, you can say I'm a soul, I'm a spirit soul, eternal spirit soul, engaged in the body of Mahi. My goal is to get rid out of this cage Mahi and go back to Krishna.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Tell
yeah.
us what they say in the next class.
Hmm?
Tell us what they say in the next
Yes.
class.
Yeah.
If they have any more questions, they can
Bring them to this class. Bring them to this class. Once they eat prasadam, then they will not ask any questions. Yeah. Okay. So I'm concluding the call here on the Zoom session at least before my battery dies. Okay. Thank you, Mahi. I'll see you in the next class. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Srinivas.
Yeah. Thank you.